Today we have something different, a story within a story. We began this show with the intention of bringing you a closer look at the growing number of sports groupies. However, along the way, we made a very interesting discovery that we feel compelled to share with you. You won't believe what took place in our studio when the game ended abruptly for one of our studio guests. Plus, this mother's spending all her time these days struggling to get the other woman out of her life. But what happens when the other woman is your own daughter? We'll find out why this dad is spending his Saturday nights with his 15-year-old girl. It's all next on the Maury Povich Show. Now, we taped the show that we had something very unexpected happen. It has to do with one of our guests and who they claim to be. We're going to show you now, so be sure and watch everybody in this tape very closely. Our next story is about the recent trials of professional athletes. Why is it that sex and sport seem to go hand in hand these days? Let's take a look. As the Mets baseball season gets into full swing, they're still trying to shake off the stigma of spring training sex scandals. Allegations of rape and public masturbation made front-page news, adding fuel to the fire of controversy about sex and sports. Mike Tyson's rape conviction, Magic Johnson's announcement that he has the AIDS virus, and Wilt Chamberlain's claim that he slept with 20,000 women are just a few of the recent events spotlighting women, sex, and sports. Professional athletes are used to being the center of attention, adored by fans and pursued by women. These days, the sporting life is taking on a whole new meaning. Sandra Fortunato calls herself a sports groupie. She's been hanging around athletes for the past 15 years. Sandy Wall has dated football players, basketball players, and one of the baseball players accused of rape. Joanne Morgan is the author of Fair Play Guide. It's a guide. It's called the Fair Play Guide. It's a guide to the hottest professional single athletes. Some call it a reference book for sports groupies. So with everything going on, Joanne, why would you encourage a woman to pursue a pro athlete?
Well, I think there's a lot of different reasons. When I put the book out, none of this controversy had started. So this is all new, and it's a new thing that's come about, and it's caused a lot of controversy for Fair Play.
It sure has.
Yeah.
But you rest upon the, I guess, the truth that you're only doing this, you're only putting a thumbnail sketches out on single athletes.
That's right.
So because they're single and not married, you think it's okay?
Well, I think it's easier. You know, why would women want to chase married men? So I think it's gonna give the wives some rest, for sure, and make it easier for the women.
What is it about sports guys? I mean, what is it about athletes? Besides the money.
They're single, they're young, their bodies are amazing. Amazing. Because of the sports that they play.
This is what we care about men? This is what we should care about in men?
You know what I've learned about athletes? They have the best personality.
Yes,
personalities. They're like, because they have to meet so many people, they really have good personalities, and that's...
Athletes have good personalities?
Yes, they do. The ones I've met have.
And also, have you ever seen an ugly athlete? They're always in great shape.
They're just little kids in big men's suits. That's all they are.
My situation was different, Maury. I was more or less thrown into this as a former Miss Super Bowl and a former Miss Knockout for the heavyweight fights. I start working, I was Miss Knockout for a few of the heavyweight fights, and I worked with these athletes.
What precisely was that?
It was just public relations hired me to be Miss Knockout, and I worked with the athletes, and I found them fascinating. They treated me...
You found an athlete fascinating?
Yes.
A guy who spends 16 hours a day playing a game for 10-year-olds?
Well, I just thought they were always very wonderful to me, and at least they wined and dined you, took you out in limousines. It's better than going to...
Wasn't it because the attention was on them, and so therefore you were on their arm?
Well, I always got attention sometimes anyway.
Oh, I can understand.
A little bit. A little bit, but it was the personality.
You had a press conference recently, Sandy, you and some other young women, right?
Yeah, me and a few girlfriends got together at Rascals, a nightclub in Manhattan, after the...
Why did you find the need to have a press conference?
Well, because you always hear women talking bad about athletes, and they're getting a bum rap. And some of them are really nice guys. There could be guys out there, they're athletes that are jerks. But the ones we know are good people. They have great characters. I mean, they've treated us with nothing but respect.
You don't consider yourself a groupie?
Not at all. Not at all.
You date athletes?
I date anyone I like, not just
athletes. Yeah, but you date athletes? You like to date athletes?
I'm sorry?
You like to date athletes?
Yeah. Who wouldn't? Raise your hand in this audience if you wouldn't.
Huh?
Thank you. Thank you.
Come here. Stand right up here. Stand right up here. Why wouldn't you want to date an athlete?
There's too much bad rap about athletes right now, so...
That's why we're trying to clear it up. Yes. They're nice guys.
That's right. Mike Tyson, I worked with Mike Tyson as Miss Knockout for his fight. He's wonderful. He was nothing but a gentleman to me. If he wasn't attracted
When we
to Mike
come back...
Tyson.
Wait a second. I was going to break here for a second.
Sorry, Maury.
What did you say, Sandra?
I said maybe he didn't like my type because he was a gentleman with me.
You went out with Mike Tyson?
No, I just worked with him with Miss Knockout for his fight.
Okay. So you just worked with him. And he was an all right guy.
Wonderful.
Didn't ask you out?
No. Just went shopping with him a few times. That was it.
When we come back, the wife of a retired pro athlete tells us why she's tired of all the women who hang around the players. And we'll also have a professional athlete, and a good one, to tell us about his close encounters after this. Still to come, we'll meet a man who leaves his wife at home on Saturday night so he can go out on the town with his 15-year-old daughter.
When things get tough, remember, Shake and Bake makes it easy to treat your family to plump, juicy pork chops without frying. Why fry? Shake and Bake.
This woman has stopped changing her cat box, and it's never been cleaner or fresher. Thanks to new Tidy Scoop, with quick clumping action that eliminates germs and odors. New Tidy Scoop lets you face the world with the cleanest, freshest cat box every day.
I was raised in a log cabin, you know.
A log cabin, huh?
Yep. I had to walk 10 miles to the grocer's to get me some of this cold and delicious log cabin syrup.
That's funny. Grandma said
Of course, log cabin being so rich and mapley was as popular with the bears as it was with me. Made things more interesting on my walk home.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Log Cabin, irresistible maple flavor for more than 100 years.
So Brooklyn must have really changed since you were a kid, huh, Grandpa?
Because life can be tough. And life can be tender. Because we all have our faults. And we all have our moments. Because no problem is too big. And no concern too small. Because all we have is each other. Join us as we celebrate the vitality of the American family. Because the family works.
Tonight on Newsroom 6 at 5, big weddings are back in a big way. Why are so many brides-to-be paying top dollar for top-drawer weddings? And can cost-conscious couples save money on matrimony? Find out when reporter Elisa Kaser takes an up-to-date look at weddings. For richer or poorer, an exclusive 4-part special report tonight on Newsroom 6 at 5.
E.T. presents How to Shoot a Nude.
You must be sure that you want to do it.
World-famous photographer Helmut Newton tells Entertainment Tonight his secrets.
I'm so glad you got this on film.
Step 1.
I'm not there when she gets undressed.
Step 2.
Forget that you're naked. Think of yourself as dressed.
Step 3.
That's it. Perfect. Perfect.
Learn Helmut Newton's Laws of Nudes. Only on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Tuesday at 7:30 on KOIN TV.
So we're in the middle of the show on sports groupies, but while we were taping this show, we discovered an even better story, and it involved one of our guests and who they claimed to be. Barbara Nielsen is the wife of a retired professional athlete. Now, Marcus is a superstar professional athlete who, because of contractual agreements with his professional team, we won't show his real name, and he's going to wear some sunglasses, all right? Marcus, what do you think of women who like to hang around athletes?
Well, I think some of them are a little tacky, bimbos.
do you mean? How do you mean? I mean, because they're so obvious?
Very obvious. You go to a nightclub, for instance, and I'm hanging out with a couple of the players, and we're having champagne, we're having drinks, and next thing you know, we're crowded with a bunch of women, attractive, beautiful, 10s on a scale of 1 to 10. And they just want to hang around, and they want to talk to us, they want to dance with us,
But don't you expect that?
Yeah, we expect it. But not in that way. Not in that way at all.
What do you expect? What would you like to happen?
What I would like to happen is for a woman to be a woman, be herself.
That would be all right if this guy was who he said he was. Marcus told us, and a lot of other people, that he was really Mark Ingram, the wide receiver of the New York Giants. Well, further investigation reveals that his real name is Aaron Williams, and for the past year he's been passing himself off as Mark Ingram. Joining us now, the real wide receiver of the New York Giants. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Mark Ingram. And also meet a friend of ours, Carl Griffin, who thought he was hanging out with the superstar Mark Ingram, when in fact, for the past, I don't know how many months, he's been spending time with an imposter. That's Mark Griffin. I mean, that is Carl Griffin. He's in California. Welcome him. So now, Mark Ingram, you know somebody has been passing himself off as you. So what do you think about that?
I think it's a cruel thing he's been doing, especially dealing with the people that he's been dealing with. Carl and a client of Carl's, Diane Short. She's a jazz singer. And he's been dating people under my name. And, you know, the first thing
Well, when you saw the tape, what did you think?
Who the hell is this guy saying he's Mark Ingram? You know, it's a thing where I think it's morally wrong, and I think it's just terrible.
It was the first thing you do when you find out something like this, check a credit card?
Oh, yeah, that's the first thing I did. I mean, I want to, you know, when a guy does this type of thing, you know, you hear about it so many times. As a matter of fact, 2 years ago, we had an incident with Pepper Johnson, a guy was
a linebacker on the Giants.
Who's a linebacker with the Giants, right. And people were using his credit cards, and I don't know how they was getting money and making personal appearances and getting paid for it under Pepper's name, and it was for financial gain. And with this guy, I mean, from the background that I understand, that he hasn't been doing these type of things as far as appearances, getting money, so I don't know what he's doing it for.
He's just meeting women, right?
Yeah, I mean...
He's getting lucky off you, in other words. Now, Carl, here is the real thread to us in getting in touch with Marcus. Carl, by the way, Carl Griffin in Los Angeles, a music company executive, friend of ours. Where did you meet this guy, Marcus, Carl?
Well, I met him at the Grammys. Diane Shore.
Oh, you mean I attended the Grammys, Carl?
Yeah, you attended the Grammys.
Well, I tell you what, you send me 2 tickets next year, buddy.
This is the real Mark Ingram, Carl. Now you're going to have to send tickets to him next time.
And Mark, you were marvelous on the Grammys, by the way.
So you met him, this guy, Marcus, at the Grammys. Go ahead.
That's correct. And we went backstage, and he was with Diane Shore, and Diane Shore introduced him.
Diane's a marvelous jazz singer and
That's correct.
Great musical artist.
And Diane introduced him as her friend, Mark Ingram. And we went in the limousine to the Grammy party.
Limousine?
Limousine.
Champagne, of course.
Champagne, caviar. You don't know what you missed.
But you bought this guy as Mark Ingram, right?
That is correct.
And go ahead.
There was no reason not to believe him.
And what did you think when you heard about it?
Well, it was really sad because, you know, Aaron is a good-looking young man.
Likewise, yeah, come on.
I can't. Likewise. He obviously has some money because he was driving a BMW. He had an American Express. He had a car, and he had a phone in his car. He always picked up the tab wherever he was.
Was it my American Express?
No, it wasn't. It was actually his. I didn't see the name on the card, but it was accepted. He had no problems with it.
But you checked, Mark. You found out that your cards are okay.
Yeah, I found out my cards were okay. Right.
Now, as I understand it, Mark Ingram, the real Mark Ingram, talked to Diane Shore, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a conversation with her last night, and we talked for about an hour, and she's a great young lady. She sung to me on the phone.
Now we don't have a budding romance going here now, do we?
No, I'm unavailable, but
what did she say when you told her that, hey, this is not the guy?
Well, first of all, she was a little scared when she called me. I called her out at her brother-in-law's house in Oregon, I think it was, and I told him that I was Mark Ingram and I wanted to speak to Diane, and her sister asked me, well, which Mark Ingram? And I said, well, I'll leave Diane my number and she could call me. And when she called me, her heart, she said, I'm just scared. I don't know what to say. My heart's pounding. And it took her every time she would say a word, she was gasping her breath. And I said, well, look, I'm not going to do anything to you. I mean, I'm just trying to see what was going on.
But you had told her earlier, right, Carl?
I told her that as soon as I was found out, I called her and informed her that she had been dealing with not the real Mark Ingram.
Yeah. And was she surprised?
Well, she was surprised, a little shocked, but relieved that he was out of her life.
Did she feel like she had been kind of violated in terms of impersonation?
Well, fortunately, Aaron was a gentleman, and he treated her with the utmost respect. So it wasn't anything that, as far as violation was concerned, he was very respectful to her.
Right. Now, Mark, as I understand it, we have contacted the NFL. The head of security knows about this, and he's now doing an investigation on this fellow who's impersonating you. Do you hear a lot of stories about this? I mean, are you warned by the NFL?
Well,
And getting back to sports groupies, is this some of the things that you have to worry about?
Well, you know, you hear about it. Every year we have initial meeting with the NFL security, and they tell you, forewarn you these things as far as your credit cards, people impersonating you, and people who'd be trying to do appearances under your assumed name. And I've been knowing about it for 5 years, but it actually never happened, or I never was aware of it until it happened to Pepper. And you know, you have Pepper Johnson, and you have situations where people try to get in contact with you and with your families, and they tell you your family members are sick, family members have been in an accident, family members are killed, and you know, you hear about those type of things, but nothing like this.
What did Diane Shore, when you talked to her, say about what this guy said of his background?
Oh, as far as me, the real Mark Ingram, my father's a pastor, and from Flint, Michigan, and he told Diane that his father was dead and that his stepfather raised him, and he was a homosexual, and that he, you know, the thing that really, I think, made Diane upset was that he claimed to be a Christian, and, you know, he always say honesty is the best policy, and wanted to be honest with people, and he'd go and manipulate people like this and, you know, give them false information.
Right. Carl, you care to see this guy again?
No, not whatsoever. It's sad, you know, to have a character deficiency like this, but no, I don't need to see Aaron ever again in my life.
Well, when you come back to New York, we're going to hook you up with a real Mark Ingram, okay?
Of course, we're going to go to the Grammys.
I thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Mark Ingram. Carl Griffin, thank you. We started our show focusing on the women who are drawn to sports figures. We ended up with an even greater understanding of what can happen and the power involved in sports. We've just seen how far someone will go to obtain that kind of power, even so far as to pretend to be someone else. I thank all of you because we've turned all of that information over to the NFL security, and we're going to keep you updated on this case. And maybe we can end it the right way. We'll be right back in a moment after this. Next, she's battling the other woman, but what do you do when it's your own daughter?
Come see the one and only John Daly at the Fred Meyer Challenge. He's gonna blow your mind.
I love my calendar girl. My Ross calendar girl. She gets great prices every day of the year.
A collection of spring dresses at department stores, $74. At Ross, $39. Denim shorts in pure cotton at fine stores, $28. At Ross, $15.
I love my calendar girl. My Ross calendar girl. great prices every day of the year.
Some people feel things that other people don't. They're more sensitive to little things like detergent. For those people, we introduce new Cheer-Free. It's free of dyes and perfumes and their residues, which can irritate sensitive skin. It's dermatologist tested, and it's from Cheer. So it has the strength and character to clean and brighten, but it also has a very sensitive side.
There's a certain kind of itch caused by irritation or inflammation that's so private, most people will only discuss it with their doctor. To relieve that discomfort, doctors have prescribed Anusol HC, far more than any other medication. Today, that same relief is available over the counter. Introducing Anusol HC1 ointment. Prescription strength medication now available without prescription. Anusol HC1, new from Park Davis.
You're watching KOIN TV, Portland, Vancouver.
What a strange story of how one man could go to any length just to get a little attention. Can you believe that guy? Now we're going to meet a woman who says she can barely keep her husband's attention for a minute because he's deeply in love with another woman. But what do you do when the other woman that you're competing with is your own daughter? Well, Lori Silva says that's what's going on in her home. Lori is convinced that her husband loves their teenage daughter more than he loves her. So much so, it's ruining their marriage. Lori says she's starting to think of her own daughter as the other woman. This is Lori's 15-year-old daughter, Monique. Monique says her father loves her more because her mom is impossible to live with. Monique feels that her mother has an ugly side to her that would turn any man off. This is Lori's husband, Ron. He says his wife is just looking for someone to blame for their marital problems, and that someone is their daughter. And to make matters worse, Ron has asked his wife for a divorce. Now, Lori, your husband wants a divorce. How do you feel about that?
I don't want one.
You don't want one?
No way.
Let's get the framework.
Okay.
You really believe that your husband loves your daughter more than he loves you?
He shows her a lot more attention than he does me.
Such as?
Well, he makes sure that on special occasions that she gets a card and a gift or whatever. And last year on my birthday, which is very important to me, I didn't even get a card. He didn't give me a card for Easter. He gave one to her. He comes home on the weekends.
He works in Los Angeles?
Works in L.A.
But you all live about 4 hours away.
Right.
And he comes home
And he comes home on the weekends.
Yes.
And he knows I like to go out to dinner. Right. And I work in the retail business, so my schedule is not always where I can be home on the weekends. I work a lot of weekends. Mm-hmm. But I get off in plenty of time sometimes to go out to dinner. And there's been times when he's taken her during the time and taken her out to dinner. And then when I come home, he doesn't want to take me because he's already gone with her.
Ron, do you love your daughter more than you love your wife?
Yes, I do. Ooh.
Yeah.
Listen. Ooh.
Yes. Well, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they
the thing you
give
have
that kind of reaction?
The thing you have to understand is that there's a lot been going on. We've been married 17 years, and the last 2.5 years we have moved around the state to try and salvage a relationship between my wife and my daughter. They don't get along well at all. There's a lot of bickering. There's a lot of hostility there, and I think they'll both...
Do you think the hostility comes because you show more affection to your daughter?
No, I think that the affection starts after when the hostilities, because there's reasons for that because we've grown apart. We had problems years ago. We separated in 1980 from Georgia, so there's been an ongoing problem. But the thing is, it boils down to the standpoint of you get into a relationship, and there's, in my past with a prior marriage, and I think a lot of people can relate to that there's forces pulling me apart from the standpoint.
You have children from your partner.
I have 3 children. I have 3 lovely daughters from a first marriage. And when we were married, we had a lot of problems with my ex-wife, and I was given an ultimatum. When we were married, she says, you will either make this marriage work or you'll give up your 3 daughters. So
wait a second. So if you...
That's not exactly how I said
well,
it,
just
Maury.
wait. Now, just wait. You just wait. That's what was told because of the problem. So you're asking somebody to give up 3 kids that I raised and I brought into this world from the standpoint I was very close with my kids.
Did you give them up?
I did. I gave them up.
Why did you give them up if you really loved them? Why didn't you give her up?
Because at the time with the marriage, I made a commitment to her and a vow to her that I'd make my marriage work.
Why do you think, Monique, that your father loves you more than, you love your father more than your mother?
Because she and I both have a very big attitude. She and I are very much alike. We want the exact same things just about all the time.
And you want the attention of him?
Yeah, because, well, she and I think we're so much alike that she and I just are complete opposites, too. I don't know how it works, but she and I just cannot get along together. And I think that maybe I like him more because I think he's more leeway and he's very easy.
She likes him
he's
because
really nice.
He's the good guy, and I'm the disciplinarian. And she and I are very strong.
5 days a week.
Right.
And he's off in Los Angeles on his job, and he's got it
And
easy
I'm
because
trying
he
to be
comes home
mother
and
and
takes you out
father.
on a Saturday night.
Well, most of the time what he is, he comes home, let's say, probably once every 2 or 3 weeks. He hardly ever stays here. And he's always down there, and I think he has said before that, oh yes, he plans these business trips so that he doesn't have to come home on the weekends to be with her.
He doesn't want to be with me. And when we first moved to Fresno from L.A., he came home regularly on the weekends, and I thought that everything was just fine. And then all he sees is the bad side of me. He sees me saying things and doing things, reprimanding her, getting angry at her all the time, and he sees the ugly side of me. So he plans his trips, his business trips, not to come home because he doesn't want to be with me.
Now here's where we need to settle down from the standpoint of what we're looking at, from the standpoint of I made a decision, but don't you think somewhere in my heart of giving up what I had, that affects me in some of this relationship?
That was a long time ago. That was 17 years ago.
But it was 17 years ago. But when
you have a daughter here, you have a wife, got a family here.
When you leave little kids that are this big when they see them, and the next time you see them, they're teenagers, and I didn't have much impact on their life, and I wish I could have because of the problem. The reason why that the love that I feel for Monique has overridden the love we once had was from the standpoint, I don't want to see her life go the same way as that did. I'd like to have some impact and some direction.
Well, what's happening, though, is not only did you leave that first family and those kids, so therefore you're out of their lives, you're now ready to break up another marriage.
Yeah, Dad, I mean, you take them away and you just say, forget them because you want to go with her, but now you're doing the exact same thing to her that you did to them. And if she does, I will.
Now, Lori, you love him?
Absolutely.
You love Ron?
I love him.
But he doesn't seem to be reciprocating much of that lately.
Well, that's because he's found someone else to fill my place. And it's not Monique.
It's not Monique?
No.
Oh, so there's another person involved.
There's someone else involved
and
with him.
you know about this?
And I know about it. I found out about it just a little bit ago. She found out about it 2 months before me. She found a card.
And you resent that, too?
She didn't want to say anything to me when she found out about it. She carried the pain for 2 months and didn't know what to say. In one of our battles, it finally came out.
I couldn't keep it in any longer, and I found a card, and it said, love you always. And I didn't really want to go. I found it in his briefcase. I opened up his briefcase, and I saw it, and so I go, well, I better look at it, because, I mean, they weren't giving cards to each other or anything. So I go, well, this is kind of weird and everything. So I opened it up, and it said, love you. And I know it wasn't from her.
And it had the other person's name on it.
And it had the other person's name on it. And that's when I just said, well, I better not say anything, because if I say anything, that's just going to destroy her more, and I don't want her to be even more than she already is. And so, but then finally we got into one of our battles, and I just let it go and just told her. And so I think maybe it's made her feel a little bit better now, because now she isn't feeling like, oh, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't have another woman on the side. And now she knows that he did.
Oh, is there a lot going on here? We'll be right back after this.
always wish they could go to a better place because this is hell.
How Alzheimer's hits home to Angie Dickinson and Shelley Fabaret on the next Maury.
We know she's in pain.
What do Jenny Craig clients like about Jenny Craig?
My Jenny Craig counselor is wonderful. She was always encouraging.
86% like the counseling.
The lifestyle classes are so important.
The food was great.
The Jenny Craig program works in real life.
89% like the program.
If you want to lose weight, go to Jenny Craig right away.
And 94% would recommend us to a friend. Now, what could be more impressive than that? Call now for our lowest price ever, just $29. Dial direct 1-800-92-JENNY.
If you're tired of paying rent with nothing but rent receipts to show at the end of the year, then a manufactured home from Kilroy's can turn those rent receipts into equity in your own home. A new Gurdon manufactured home from Kilroy's can be yours for what you normally pay for rent. Your new home can be set up on your lot, or you can choose from several of Kilroy's lots. The finest selection of manufactured homes now at Kilroy's in Woodburn and Salem.
Every year, over 30% of all teens picked up for drunk driving never experience these moments in their lives because they're picked up dead or permanently injured. But this year, you don't have to be one of them. Join the thousands of teens showing their support for sober celebrations with this prom grad button available at local State Farm offices. And when you see it, remember, you have a choice. Think about it.
Learn to play golf from a pro in just 1 week from Glendevere Golf Course and KOIN TV. Glendevere's golf professionals will teach you the fundamentals of golf, basic rules, even learn course etiquette, all in just 1 week for only $30. Whether it's day or evening classes, you'll stay warm and dry under Glendevere's covered and heated driving range. Then go out on the course with the pros. Spalding will even supply the golf clubs for the best instruction possible. The classes are small, so call today and learn to play golf in just 1 week from Glendevere Golf Course and KOIN TV. We interrupt this program to bring you this late news development, live from Newsroom 6.
I'm Mark Hendricks in the KOIN newsroom. A Multnomah County jury has just found daycare operator Diane Walden guilty of first-degree custodial interference. The vote was 10-2 by the 12-member jury, but it found her not guilty on charges of contributing to the sexual delinquency of a minor and could not agree on second-degree sex abuse charges. Again, she was found guilty on the custodial interference charge, but not guilty on any of the sex charges. We will, of course, have more at 5 o'clock tonight.
This has been a late news development live from Newsroom 6. We now return you to your regular programming.
We've talked about a lot of family situations, but this may top them all. We're talking with Lori Silvis, her husband Ron, and their daughter Monique. Lori is devastated, says that her husband loves her daughter more than he loves her, and on top of that, she just said that she found out that he was having an affair. Monique, there's something going on here between, though, Monique and your mother. Lori, you hold a lot of resentment about Monique in other ways, don't you?
Yes, I've been very resentful towards the attention that she gets from him.
Yeah.
And there's been times when I just feel like I don't love her. I need to learn to love her again.
Where's your mother's love? Gone?
No.
It's there?
No, it's not gone. It's still there.
Well, I think one of the things that I've seen and on spite of my side or whatever like that is it's just something you can't buy. And we've tried to be consistent from the standpoint of how we do.
Yeah, but did you ever give it?
Yes, we did. And yes, I did. Yes. And the thing is you have to be consistent. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a teenager nowadays, you know, God help me, from the standpoint of the pressure they're under. But I don't know. We try to be consistent with that, but you cannot discipline somebody like that and turn around and do something materialistic.
But you know something?
And I see that.
What I don't see in you, Ron, is, sure, you like the fact that your daughter loves you a lot, but you don't seem to encourage, or you haven't been able to tell us, that you encourage your daughter to love your mother, to love your wife.
Oh.
Maury, he does. He has.
Tell him. I'm not going to sit here.
He has encouraged her to love me because he says that our relationship is over and ours, and he says that Monique and I better get our act together.
Yeah,
and he means it.
But I think that he wants me to love her, I don't think he should stop loving me as much as he does, but he should sort of lean me towards her a little bit more than what he's leaning me towards him.
Well, I don't know if are you open to love your mother? You say you're getting along pretty badly.
I'm open to love her, but we've got these attitudes, and we just bring them out, and we just show everything.
You seem very confused. You seem like you blame your wife for a choice that you made 17 years ago.
You bet.
Well, don't...
It's a big decision, and the reason it was made initially was the love we had then and the vows I made to her. At that time, the important thing was working on our marriage.
They don't mean anything to you anymore.
They have lessened we've just grown so far apart, yes.
First off, I think like you're sort of a dog, because first off, you leave your children who you bore into this earth, okay? First off, you leave them for her, okay? Obviously, you should have known that something was wrong with him if he's going to leave his own natural children for you,
Wait
okay?
a second, she wanted him to.
I know, well, you should, even though you wanted him to, that's something that you shouldn't have made him do, because that's his children, okay? And I could tell you something, and I'm sure mostly everybody else, your children come first. That's part of you. That's your own flesh and blood, and you shouldn't leave them for anybody else. Then he goes, and obviously he's going to do that to you, because now he's turning around and leaving you for somebody else, okay? Chooses your daughter over you, and obviously is choosing another woman over you.
So that's
you
why
shouldn't even bother to get married to this woman, because you're going to wind up leaving her, too.
I have a comment. I really don't think that a father should put his daughter in between his marriage to his wife. She should have nothing to do with it. You shouldn't go to her. She's your daughter. She's going to have her own life. You should work on your problems with your wife.
Well, now, that's the thing that you have to look at, because I think part of the problem that we've got right here is the marriage was so tight and very tight at the beginning and stuff, and when Monique came along, we lost our individualism on this certain thing to where that respect isn't there anymore either, and that's the one thing...
I don't see much respect among the three of them.
Well, see, that's the thing that I've been looking at.
I think the only respect I see left, or maybe, is attached to the love that Lori still has for you. That may be the only amount of respect left in this whole relationship. And quite frankly, I don't understand why Lori loves you. We'll be back after this. Are you best friends with your husband's mistress? If so, we want to hear from you. Call us at 1-800-593-2000.
And you're working up an appetite. I wonder what minute.
Hey, hon, what's for dinner?
It's cooking up for dinner tonight.
Tonight, in just 10 minutes, you can enjoy the whole grain, nutty taste of Minute Instant Brown Rice. It's a healthy, all-natural bran source and makes a hearty meal worth coming home to.
Just look what minute. It's cooking up for dinner tonight.
If you've developed a fear of frying, remember, Shake and Bake makes it easy to make crisp, juicy chicken for your whole family. Without frying. Why fry? Shake and Bake.
I'm trying it and I feel great.
It's Grape Nuts. Try it for a week.
Breakfast with Grape Nuts helps keep us going all morning. It's a natural energy source and it's fat-free.
Post Grape Nut cereal. Try it for a week.
You'll feel so good you did.
Priscilla Presley.
I remember it was raining. It was cold and raining. I had to make a decision. He said, close your eyes. I said, close my eyes. He said, yes. The next thing I felt was his lips on my mouth. A single moment can change your life.
Moments by Priscilla Presley.
Everyone knows Rosarita refried beans taste great. But did you know just 1/2 cup serving has more iron than 2 cups of raw broccoli? That Rosarita refried beans have fewer calories than a large apple, as much fiber as 2 bran muffins, and less fat than low-fat yogurt? Rosarita refried beans, and you thought they just tasted great.
Okay, yes.
I have a question for you, Ron. How long were you dating the other lady?
No, the situation that came up with the separation that we've had and the way we've grown apart, that was not a dating issue. It was something that happened. It was on a business trip. It was a spontaneous type of thing.
It's not ongoing?
That happened, no.
It's not.
It's something that he needed at that time.
It's something at that time.
You forgive him, Monique?
No.
It's just
No.
it's something that happened, and it's nothing that was sit down and said, boy, I'm going to have this planned affair.
I want to know, do you love the other lady more than you love your wife?
I feel strongly for the other lady, but it's not a love there because there's, you know, that relationship hasn't developed or anything like that. It was something that basically spontaneously that happened.
My heart goes out to the mother, but sir, you mentioned that you had kids before. Do you keep in contact with the kids?
I keep in contact with them. As a matter of fact, I have a grandson, and I try to keep in contact with them now because they're grown and on their own.
What's your relationship with your kids? Is it a close relationship or?
It's as close as it can be expected after missing 8 or 9 years of their life, and they're really working at making it. Yeah. We're trying to make it work. Yeah. Let me put it that way.
Yes.
My question, my statement rather, is to the gentleman in the middle. I feel that a marriage is something that you have between two individuals, and it's a loving thing, and you nourish it. And what you have done, you have destroyed that. And you've been in different marriages, and now you're getting ready, you might go into another one. I don't think that you're too stable.
Well, the thing we have to keep in mind, and in spite of nobody's here laying anything on anybody, which we could, but I came here basically because my primary interest, and as I've told everybody connected with the show, was that I want to see some healing between a mother and a daughter.
So you're out of it.
What am I doing? I feel out of it.
You're out of the relationship.
And why shouldn't they pull together at a time where they need each other?
All right.
And that's why I'm here.
Well, we'll find out if this is possible.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet family therapist and author of Shortchanged, Ellen Sue Stern. Ellen, I've never heard of this one before. Ellen.
It's really sad. What you're seeing here is a love triangle where none of you are getting the love that you need. I look at you and I see a very unhappy, very depressed person who's desperately clinging to something that I don't think can happen. He's really saying he's done, and I think part of what we need to do with you is get you to let go and go on, because you know what? He is not worth it. I'm not going to mince words with you. I think you are too slick for words. There is something about you that concerns me. I mean, nobody made you give up your children. Nothing in the world would make me give up my children. Nobody made you have an affair. Nobody is making you send birthday cards to her and not your wife. You're responsible for everything you're doing, and you're acting like you don't have a part, but you do. And as far as you, Monique, what happens in a triangle is that all sides are equal, but this is not so. You're a child. You shouldn't have to be the equal part of a triangle. And what's happening here is that when we have a triangle, what it does is it keeps the marriage apart, because if you take out the third part, what you end up are with two lines. In other words, instead of really dealing with what's between the two of you, you're putting her between you, and that's emotional incest. That's putting her between a rock and a hard place, in a place no child should ever have to be.
So what does she do?
Well, number one...
What does Monique do?
Well, number one, Monique has to protect herself. Monique has to get whatever you need to get outside support.
They've always told me that I'm a very independent person, because I can just about live on my own with my mother, and that'd be very easy to do.
Well, you all are at each other's throats.
I can change it myself, and we've been trying ever since we found out about this little fling with him, because I think that was one big problem between her and I, is because I was holding all this in, and I never even told her, and so I was just always mad. And then when he came up and he wanted to see me, I didn't want to see him.
But Monique, you're being put in a position where you're having to be responsible for their marriage. You didn't cause the pain between them. There is nothing in the world that you can do to fix it. That's not your job. Your job is to be a 15-year-old kid. Your job is to be able to have a relationship with your mom
Lori,
and
you don't
a
even like
relationship
what
with your dad.
Monique does around the house, do you?
Monique doesn't like to follow rules. She doesn't like to do anything that I say. Well, there's, like any kid, I tell her, you've got chores, you've got this to do or that to do.
Does she lie to you?
Monique has done a lot of things. She has done a lot of lying to me. She has stolen from me.
Mother, I haven't stolen from you. I borrowed.
The money that you spent wasn't borrowed. It was spent.
Well, Mother, if you would ever give me some money, that would be kind of nice, too.
But
See,
Lori,
that's the thing.
the competitiveness between you and Monique is really typical of mothers and daughters of this age. As Nancy Friday, in her famous book, My Mother, Myself, says it's one thing when the 5-year-old fits into the father's lap. It's another thing when the 15-year-old fits into your clothes. You're looking at your beautiful 15-year-old daughter, and it's very normal to feel your own aging, to feel jealous, to feel sadness, and we need to work on that. And I really recommend that the two of you begin to work on your relationship. But that's a smokescreen right now for not dealing with the marriage.
We'll be back in a moment.
What you do to me? Hold me close, hold me tight, make me thrill with delight.
You know those great hits of the 50s certainly bring back some fond memories.
Years that we'd love to relive.
But since we can't, we've found the next best thing is this new 3-record set by Sessions called Those Fabulous 50s.
Just listen.
Wouldn't anybody care to meet a sweet old-fashioned girl?
Don't forbid me.
May you always walk in sunshine.
26 miles across the sea. Midnight, one more night without sleeping.
Take me in your arms and never let me go. Every hit on those fabulous 50s is the original hit by the original artist.
And thanks to new technology, they sound better than ever.
Here's more.
Tammy, Tammy's in love. Memories are made of this. And the wayward wind.
I'm the great pretender. I found my thrill.
Those Fabulous 50s is available on 3 records or 2 cassette tapes for only $17.95.
2 compact discs, just $24.95.
Here's how to order.
Credit card and COD customers, call toll-free 1-800-234-5090 or save COD fees by sending $17.95 for 3 records or 2 cassettes or $24.95 for 2 compact discs, plus $4.35 shipping and handling to Those Fabulous 50s, P.O. Box 3200-KJ, Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Okay. I think that the daughter has nothing to do with this at all. I think that the mother should dump the husband. And I think that you should stop bringing up that you left these little children. That was a decision that you made.
A long time.
And you're still bringing it up 17 years or how many ever years later. You have to accept what you did and you know, not keep bringing it up.
All right. Yes, stand up.
First of all, I want to congratulate Monique. I think she's showing a maturity beyond her years by trying to understand the relationship and getting into it. And the therapist is absolutely right in terms of having her stay out of it. When my wife and my daughter used to get into arguments, I disappeared. So
was that smart?
That was smart at that particular time.
Okay. All right. Now, one over here. This young woman, you say that you've been through a lot of this? I
Yeah.
can't imagine anybody going
My
through it.
family went through the exact same thing. My mother divorced my father and remarried my stepfather and his 2 kids. I feel for you, Lori. I really do. I saw my mother go through the same exact thing for 3 years. They just got a divorce, and my mother's self-esteem is back. He killed it. He killed everything, the whole situation. For him personally, it's what he did.
Do you resent him?
I resent him a lot.
I feel for you, and you have got to go to counseling because you're going to be very messed up. I know you don't believe it now. I don't think you're mature. I think it's a facade. I don't think you're very real. I think there's a lot going on here, and you really need therapy, all of you. And if you, sir, don't want to go through therapy, I think you should definitely leave him. I don't think you're ever going to get the self-esteem back that you deserve.
All right, Ellen.
Yes.
Let's end this with what they can do now.
Yeah, because we really need to do something. There's really 3 pieces to getting things to be finished and resolved in a positive way. The first thing we do is we acknowledge what's real. And I think what we're hearing that's real is that he's done. He's really done. This is a sad situation, but it's over. Number 2, each person has to take responsibility for themselves. And that means you, Monique, need to remove yourself from this relationship. You need to work on remembering that you are not responsible for them. And you, in the middle, Ron, need to, I think, get on with your life, but you need to have a responsible, healthy relationship with your daughter where you don't look for your needs for affection from her. And most importantly, Lori, what you need to do is take care of yourself. In my book, Shortchanged, I urge women to either get in or get out. Because if you've done everything possible, and I think you have, then it is really time to go on with your own life.
Here's the tough part. Lori, you're how old? I don't want 47.
47.
Do you say to yourself, if he leaves, who do I have?
I've said that, yes. Yeah. But that's not the reason why I'm hanging in there. I love him.
You do love him, and it's terrifying to let go and to be alone. But I can promise you that by letting go, by rebuilding your own self-esteem, your own self-respect, there is going to be somebody out there who you're going to be able to love and who is going to give you the love you deserve. I promise you that.
If you had your druthers, what would you want?
If I had my druthers?
You had your druthers, what would you want right now with your family? That you leave?
Yes, that I leave.
And that your wife do what?
That my wife go on about her life and build and get back the self-respect and esteem that she has and she deserves.
Which you, by the way, probably took from her.
I have probably diminished a lot of that. Yes, I have.
And what would you want for your daughter?
I want my daughter to be successful in her life and build that up and have a good relationship with her mother. That's why I'm here.
We'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
If you would like to join Maury in the studio audience, then call or write for free tickets. It's the Maury Povich Show, 221 West 26th Street, New York, New York, 10001. Or call 212-989-3622.
16 candles, though we gotta say goodbye.
Hi. Maybe no one ever forgets prom night because of all the great memories. Well, Sessions brings back all those great memories with a new 4-record album called Senior Prom. Just listen.
Roses are red, my love. Dream, 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 dream. Oh, darling. No, him. They ask me how I knew.
Senior Prom has 50 of the dreamiest hits ever.
Come with me, my love. Hey, hey, Paula. Many a tear has to fall.
Senior Prom also has classic hits by Brooke Benton, Connie Francis, Sam Cooke, Mark Dinning, the 4 Freshmen, and Paul Anka.
Put your head on my shoulder. So darling, darling, stand by me. You lost that love feeling one summer night.
But too late. This incredible 4-record and 3-cassette treasury is yours for only $19.95. 2 compact discs, only $24.95. Here's how to order.
Credit card and COD customers call toll-free 1-800-333-9030 or save COD fees by sending $19.95 for 4 records or 3 cassettes or $24.95 for 2 compact discs, plus $4.35 shipping and handling to Senior Prom, P.O. Box 3200-KJ, Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Pacific Linen has top quality, huge selection, and fantastic prices. Now, during our national brand sale, we're featuring 2 of Collier Campbell's hottest fashion print sheets. Rosie, Posy, and Zuni. Elegant 200 thread count sheets. A super low price, only $7.99 for the twin size. From Fieldcrest, the Pima Encore towel has superior softness, and the bath size is just $6.99. Terrific values now at Pacific Linen's national brand sale.
Obviously, Lori, through all this, I mean, I think we all recognize what you're going through and the pain, particularly because you think you love this gentleman still.
Yes, I do.
But can they get through these two, Lori and Monique? Can they live together without him?
Absolutely, and they need to. They need to find their own way, and all of them need to grieve and forgive each other because this has been a very painful
forgiveness
family.
Is going to come a long
It's going
time
to take a
from now.
long time.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you came. Maybe you can live with your daughter and not him. Get past the pain. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Until next time, America.
A promotional fee has been provided by...
At last, Alpine Lace, fat-free and low-cholesterol singles made with real cheese. You mean I can eat cheese products again? New, free and lean.
Rinse and Back 5. 5 carpet cleaning products in 1 bottle. Use Rinse and Back 5 with the steam cleaning machine.
Chapel and we're gonna get
Tonight on Newsroom 6 at 5, big weddings are back in a big way. Why are so many brides-to-be paying top dollar for top-drawer weddings? And can cost-conscious couples save money on matrimony? Find out when reporter Elisa Kaser takes an up-to-date look at weddings. For richer or poorer, an exclusive 4-part special report tonight on Newsroom 6 at 5.
On Wednesday, April 29th, the Greyhounds return and a new season begins at Multnomah Greyhound Track. Don't miss the excitement of grand opening day.
The Blazers beat the Lakers in Game 3, Wednesday on KOIN TV.